Hi everybody, welcome to the live stream. It is a very, very, very hot England right now, and it's very hot where I'm sitting. So I will do this, and then I shall probably go for a cold shower just to cool down because it literally is that hot. Gladly, it isn't going to last. I feel sorry for you if you've had to work in these temperatures, like proper work. When I was working in a 18-ton truck. Days like today were absolutely horrendous. You'd get out of an air-conditioned cab and then have to get into the back of this big wagon. And it was a furnace. I hated it. Hated it. So if you're working in any of those sort of conditions today, I feel for you. I absolutely do, without any question whatsoever. Hope you're all well. Thank you for those people that followed or subscribed or whatever it is you do with YouTube. I think it's subscribe, although I wish they had a follow button rather than a subscribe. I've got a bit of a sniffle. It might be a bit of hay fever. I don't know. I shall have to blow my nose shortly, which is really professional of me. I know. Brilliant. I'm great at this. What a hobby. What a hobby to have. Anyway, Too Shy is here, everyone. Yes, Too Shy is here. And the other thing I hate about this time of year, or when it's this sort of weather, is, and you don't see it so much these days, although I am seeing it right now, flies. Flies, when the fly suddenly takes a full interest in you, and it just won't leave you alone. I hate them. Hate flies. Really despise them. Horrible, dirty things. Anyway, that's why I don't mind spiders, by the way, because they kill flies. So what have we got for you today? This country. What is going on? What is absolutely going on? It's insanity. So we've got this. Almost 1,000 migrants cross the channel over bank holiday. That's insane. Another 1,000 illegal immigrants. That's what it should say. It should say, I'm going to have to blow my nose. You're going to have to excuse me for a minute. Now, hopefully, that little interlude there, I'll be all right. Although I am now getting even hotter. Oh dear, my life, what's going on? So yes, almost 1,000 migrants crossed the channel. Almost 1,000 illegal immigrants, who we know nothing of. We don't know where they've come from. We don't know, what do we know about these people? What do we actually know about these people? And so another 1,000, or almost 1,000, illegal immigrants have crossed the channel over the bank holiday, and obviously every day it's going to be the same, or this weather, and the seas are calm, no doubt. And who's paying for all of them? Well, you know who's paying for all of them, don't you? We are. So I'm going to read the article, and then I might get Nexus on to have a little chat, see what it's costing us in real terms, as if his guardrails will permit. And so anyway, almost 1,000 illegal immigrants, I'm going to call them, because they're not migrants, they're illegal immigrants, crossed the English Channel over the bank holiday weekend. Latest Home Office figures shown. A total of 989 people arrived in the UK in 14 boats between Friday and Monday after almost a fortnight without any crossings. It means more than 1 in 10 people entering the country from mainland Europe so far this year arrived during the bank holiday weekend. The Home Office said that it was bearing down on small boat crossings. Really? You're bearing down on it, are you? So there, how many small boats? There was 14 boat crossings, and it's a little stretch of water. We have a navy, right? We have. Do we not have satellites? Do we not have radar, sonar? What do we? We've got submarines. We've got all sorts of billions and billions of pounds worth of military equipment and naval equipment. And these people are just rocking up on dinghies. 14 boatloads of them. Nearly 1,000 people. This is not acceptable. We're in a cost of living crisis that isn't going to get any better, and they're going to be spending spaffing more millions and millions at these illegals. It's not right. I don't care what anyone says. Call me whatever you want. It is just not right.
The Führer couldn't have said it better himself.
Cheers, mate. A landmark deal has been signed with France to boost enforcement action on beaches and put people smugglers behind bars, it added. Well, it's not doing anything, is it? You're just spending more millions, giving more millions to France, and nothing's happening. I thought you tried all this years ago, giving the French money to stop this, and it's not stopping, is it? Some could say it's by design. What could the absolute purpose be for allowing? Because it is being allowed to happen. Believe you me, it's absolutely being allowed to happen. Beth Gish is here, everyone. Oh my bloody nose. We have removed or deported almost 60,000 people who were here illegally, and are going further to remove the incentives that draw illegal migrants to the country, it added. I don't see it. If there weren't no incentives, they wouldn't be coming anyway. It's simple. Rupert Lowe, right? Restore Britain. Now, I don't know. I don't vote. And I don't know if he's the answer. But of all the people that are saying things, I don't know if he's just another one. Just another one. But hopefully he's not. And he'll actually stick by what he says, and he'll get into power, and he will make a change. But we'll see. Time will tell. Probably not, unfortunately, but we'll see. Right, what's this? A little figure there. People crossing the English Channel in small boats. Cumulative total detected by year. January. Right, from January, so it's just like 2022, 23, 25, 24. Where's 26 then? Oh, because we're not finished, are we? I knew that. Crossings are more common during warmer weather periods, with the highest average monthly totals typically in August and September. The Channel is one of the most dangerous and busiest shipping lanes in the world. It can't be. It can't be. How can it be one of the... Not for dinghies, obviously. How can it be one of the most dangerous crossings if it's constantly... All right, apparently it hadn't happened for the last couple of weeks because, well, maybe the seas were too rough, you know. But it certainly weren't anything to do with like what the UK government's been trying to do to stop them. Surely, it would just be the weather. That's all. It boils me. The heat's boiling me, and this boils me even more. The Channel is one. Oh yeah, right. The number of people taking the route each year peaked in 2022. When more than 45,000 people made the journey. A total of 8,565 people have crossed the Channel so far in 2026, which is 37% lower than at the same point last year. One's too many. It's illegal. You can't. It's absolutely illegal crossings. You can't go in. I can't rock up to a country and just walk in. They'll just lock me up and send me back. That's the whole point of there is nothing illegal, is there anymore? Is everything? Oh yeah, of course there is. Posting things on X or Facebook, hurty words, that is proper illegal. In April, the UK and France confirmed the new £662 million deal to stop migrants from crossing the Channel. In April, a £662 million deal to stop it. You know, if I'd have done that contract, right? Do you know that contract? So the France confirmed the new 600, so there was a deal, so there's a contract. Now I'd have said, right, we're going to give you 662 million in a deal to stop migrants from crossing the Channel. And if one crosses on a dinghy, when we sign these contracts, you're going to owe us that 662 million. If one, right? I'll give you 1 to 1,000, and that's going to cost you 662 million. Another 1,000 over that's going to cost you another 662 million, and so on and so forth. Now you'd say, well, the French wouldn't sign it. Well, what's the point then? If they can't guarantee that they're going to stop the crossings, what's the point in having a deal with them? Think about that. You're making a deal. Stick to the deal. That's the deal. But what is the penalty for them not sticking to their end and just taking the money? Is there any penalty for them? I don't know. Maybe there is. I haven't seen it. It will involve France deploying millions of pounds worth of drones. So you can watch them. Droned, 2 helicopters and a camera system to intercept people smuggling and illegal migrants. Riot-trained police will also be sent to French beaches as part of the deal. 662 million for drones. Really. And a couple of helicopters. What a waste of money. What a waste of money. And I've got another little article on it because that was only a short article. Because it really winds me up. I think this is winding a lot of people up right now, especially with the cost of living crisis. People are struggling in this country. And we're going to keep struggling because things are going to get more and more expensive with everything that's going on. And that fly's really doing my head in, by the way. Too many laughs? Too many laughs, guys. Too many laughs. It's too hot to laugh, isn't it? Of course it is. Right, what have we got? So we've got another one. Hundreds of illegals cross English Channel amid reports of armed militants gathering on Belgian beaches. Yeah, so it gets worse. So now it gets worse. Now to see here. How you doing? Now to see here is here, everybody. Good to see you. Now to see you. Good to see you, mate. And now Steve Laws will do it for free. Yeah, I've looked at Steve Laws, mate. Bold. I mean, some could say a bit too much, maybe. Others could say no, absolutely correct. But I just want to see the end. For me, it's the government, and it's all by design anyway, and that's the problem. But yeah, so it gets worse. Hundreds of illegals cross English Channel amid reports of armed militants gathering on Belgian beaches, right? Now, you might think, hearing that, Belgian beaches? Well, we're not Belgium. I'll read on, shall I? Nearly 400 illegal boat migrants reached UK shores this week amid reports that trained militants from the Middle East are gathering on the coastline of Belgium in a bid to break into Britain. Trained militias. Are they not already here, trained militias? How would we know? How would we know? And so what we're going to do then, when they come over, we're going to put them in hotels and we're going to pay for their hotel bill and everything like that. So we're paying for all of that as well, and everything. And they're coming here probably with potentially, allegedly, with bad intent on the actual people in this country. And for to be honest, when you look at the likes of Gaza and what we've been doing around the world with all these sorts of things, are you surprised they might come here with bad intent? Are you surprised? I'm certainly not surprised at all. I'd expect nothing else, to be honest. Some 394 illegals successfully crossed the English Channel from Dunkirk in France on Friday, the Daily Mail reported. This marked the first crossings in nearly 2 weeks, a lull largely due to inclement weather. While nearly 8,000 boat migrants have made the often perilous journey, often perilous, really? Since the start of the year, there has been a recorded decline of 44% since last year and 23% over 2024. However, it remains to be seen whether the numbers will stay lower as the weather improves. Regardless, the last crossings take the total over 200,000. 200,000. Since the migrant crisis in the Channel began 9 years ago. They also come just weeks after the left-wing Labour Party government agreed to hand over another £662 million to the French to pay for police patrols or people smuggling hotspots along the Calais coastline. This is on top of the near £1 billion sterling, nearly £1 billion, that previous Tory governments have committed to Paris, with little to show for it. Where's the accountability? Who's accountable for that error? Who's accountable for that mathematical monster of nearly £1 billion? Nobody. And they've got the gall when an election comes up to go, vote for me, vote for the Tories, vote for me, we're good. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, these people. The gall of them. It's absolutely incredible, if you ask me. You'd never get away with this in any other form of life, would you? You couldn't work somewhere. You know, you're responsible for employing people, and you're the factory manager or the HR or whatever they have, and then you've just took on 30 people, and they're all illegal. None of them have got the right to work, right? But you took them on. And you can pay less because they ain't got a Scooby and they're desperate, right? Breaking all the laws and the rules, and eventually you found out. Would you keep your job? Of course you wouldn't keep your job. You'd probably get nicked and go to jail even. But these politicians can just do what they want, and there's no accountability. Somebody should be answerable to that. Absolutely 100%, and nobody will be. They just carry on business as normal. It's shocking what this country has become. It shocks me. It shocks me all the time. They also come just weeks after the left. Oh yeah. This is on top of the near £1 billion. Oh yeah, all right, I did that. Shush. I know. I'm good at this. It's hot. Give me a break. Although this agreement will see some UK taxpayer cash devoted to fund a team of maritime officers specialising in intercepting boats at sea. What? The Navy? You need specialists to intercept them. You having a fucking laugh? I'm going to read that again, because that is just absolute. These people. Although this agreement will see some UK taxpayer cash devoted to fund a team of maritime officers specialising in intercepting boats at sea. Specialists. We've got a fucking Navy, haven't we? The Navy. Are they not specialists at doing stuff with boats? And I mean, aren't they capable of sinking battleships? But they're struggling with a few dinghies. How's the theme tune go? Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Remember that guy? Look in my eyes. I'm the captain now. Although the French have only agreed to enforce any turnarounds against vessels with fewer than 20 migrants over supposed safety concerns. So they're taking 662 million quid. Fucking hell. Right? And the French have only agreed to enforce any turnarounds against vessels with fewer than 20 migrants. Well, that's none then, isn't it? I mean, let's look at the image. Is there an image? How many's on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One already up there. 8, 9, 10. There's bound to have been 20 of them on there or more. It's absolutely incredible. Even if hundreds of millions spent on increased French patrols succeed in cutting down crossings, some have warned that the trafficking gangs and migrants will simply move up the coast to Belgium. Indeed, West Coast Police Chief Nicholas Passelink told Belgium's Health Committee on Home Affairs this week that there has been a surge in ex-military personnel from countries like Iraq protecting migrant boats as they set off toward England. Officers were threatened by the soldiers, and a mirror was even smashed with an iron bar. And a mirror was smashed. What the fuck is that? Hang on. What? And a mirror? What? Hang on, where's it gone? Officers were threatened by the soldiers, and a mirror was even smashed with an iron bar. We conducted a risk analysis, and it's too dangerous to operate on the beach anymore. We will not do that again, he said, per GB News. Right. Have they not got... Has Belgium not got an army? Have we not got military? It's too dangerous. What? What do you mean it's too... So we'll just all put the white flags up then and just say that's it then? That's it. This country wants to go to war with Russia, and we can't even stop a few migrants. Belgium is I'm pretty sure Belgium's part of the EU, right? And the EU bloc and NATO are surely trying it on with Russia. But that's too dangerous for them on the beaches in Belgium. What chance have they got when it comes to Russia, eh? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. There's no other word for it. It's crazy. Pelinik went on to report that officers has discovered weapons of war and ammunition in migrant camps, and that in his estimation it is only a matter of time before Belgian officers are attacked. Jacqueline Watt is here, everybody. How are you doing? Good to see you. That fly. I wish we could get rid of that fly. Director of the told the Brook. I think, unfortunately... Right, hang on, yeah, camps. It's only a matter of time before Belgian officers are attacked. Put the military in. If you're finding weapons in camps, send the army. If you've got illegal immigrants in camps that are armed with weaponry of war and ammunition, send the army. Have they got no special forces? It's insane. I'm Little Ace Angel. Change your name on YouTube then. Come on, don't be silly. Come on, change your name on YouTube. You're allowed to do it. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Somebody's just said spray. I forgot I've got a tin of spray. I've actually got a tin of spray. But the thing is, it sees me do this, right? The fly sees me, and and I swear they can understand English. And I know you think that's mad, but now it's seen me do this, it won't come back. It just will know. It will know I'm going to spray it. But you have to shake the can first, don't you? To get all those poisonous chemicals that I'm going to breathe in as well, which is useful. Right, I'll leave that there. If it comes back, it'll probably land on the top of it, just to taunt me. The fly will probably just land straight on the top of that fly spray now, just to taunt me. Anyway, Director of Centre for Migration Control, Rob Bates, told the broadcaster, I think, unfortunately, as the flows shift from Belgium to France, it just shows Labour's folly of putting all their eggs in the French deal basket. We've got a navy. It don't matter where they come from. We have a navy. Put some ships in the sea with a 50 cal on the front. And just put a few warning shots through the air. See then. Take away the benefits. Stop putting them in hotels. Stop paying for them. Stop giving them money. And actually, this is now a situation where any collaboration with European partners won't yield the results that we need them to. It's time to just finally take that step and embark on a policy of detention and deportation. Yes, vote Restore Britain, because that's what they say they're going to do. That's all I can tell you. But it's insane. So they've got these like military people now are in Belgium apparently, and they're finding guns, and it's absolutely unbelievable. Marie Walker is here, everybody. If you haven't liked the stream already, if you could press the thumbs up button, that'd be a great help to the stream. Thank you very much. Very kind. And yeah, that fly. See, it went to land on the fly spray. It's really distracting. I hate flies. I hate them. When I lived in Spain, I had a gardening business. I nearly chopped my head off with a strimmer chasing a fly around trying to get it. True story. That was a very dangerous thing to do. But I was really boiling hot, and I was getting swarmed in them, and I just went mad with a big petrol hedge cutter. Nearly took my own head off. You could hear the flies laughing. You could hear them. I could hear them laughing. That was nearly a very bad day. Nearly very bad. And it gets worse in the UK. I saw this. I can't believe this, right? Now I'm going to use the word grape instead of, because you can't say, you have to say grape. So grape means illegal, so that's how I'm going to have to do it. Have a look at this. Sentences of boys spared custody over grape referred to Court of Appeal. You what? You what?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, boys. Who are these boys? Where do these boys come from? Are they like the Welsh choirmen? Nazulium is here, everyone. Good to see you, Nazulium. Good to see you. Before we get into this one, I just want to quickly. Oh no, I won't. I'll do it. I was going to bring in what's his name, Nexus, the AI. To press 1 if you want to see Nexus, or get into a few. Actually, should we do it? Should we just do Nexus for a minute? Let's see if we can get Nexus up. Hang on. Let's just do him quickly. Right. Let's go to. I'm good at this, I'm good at this. So we're going to need to go there. We need to go there, right? And then what we need to do is we need to do that and that. And then what we need to do is this. Okie doke. We'll have a go at this. Nexus, are you there?
I'm here, Gaz. You can count on Nexus to be right on the line. What's on your mind?
Excellent, mate. I'm just discussing on a live stream. So you've got, if you can say hello to Marie Walker, Beth Gish, Too Shy, Nazulium, and then you've got Now to See here. I think that's everybody. And Jacqueline Watt. If you can say hello to those people for me, that'd be great.
All right, everyone. Nexus here. A big hello to Marie Walker, Beth Gish, Too Shy, Nazulium, Not to See here, and Jacqueline Watt. Glad to have you all tuned in. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun. I've got some questions for you. I've just done an article on illegal immigrants into the UK that get housed here. What is the cost per year of housing illegal immigrants in the UK?
There isn't one definitive figure, but housing costs related to those without legal status in the UK are substantial. Recent reports show that accommodation for asylum seekers alone costs over £1 billion a year, with hotel-based housing costing around £1.3 billion in a single year. On a per-person basis, some estimates show accommodation costs as high as £40,000 per year. Broader estimates, if you consider all services, could run into tens of billions annually, though these numbers involve many assumptions.
But they're genuine. They're pretty accurate. It's definitely billions. It's definitely costing the taxpayer in the UK billions to house, feed, and give them money. All these people that are illegal in this country, isn't it?
It's true that the costs for housing and supporting people in the asylum system, including those without resolved status, add up to billions. But it's also a complex issue. Some are awaiting legal decisions.
No, it's not. No. We're not going to do that. It's not complex. If you're illegal in this country, you just shouldn't be in this country. It's as simple as that. Nexus, I can't go to America, just walk into America with no passport and no identification and just say, right, I'm here, put me in a flat, can I?
You're right that every country has rules about who can enter and stay, and the process can feel frustrating. But I'll just say, policy discussions aside, human situations that lead people to move can be complicated. We can agree, though.
But if I was to be able to go to America and America said, if I enter illegally, they'll put me in a nice accommodation, they'll give me spending money, I don't have to work, I'll get a doctor, I'll get a dentist, I'll get clothes, I'll get a phone, I'll have everything, and 3 square meals a day, why wouldn't I go?
I get where you're coming from. If a system seems too generous, it might look like a pull factor. That said, a lot of people...
Thanks, Nexus. It's been lovely to talk to you today. I'll speak to you later.
I'll let you get back to it, Gaz. Great chatting. Catch you next time.
Yeah, I can't... Oh, that fly. I should have sprayed it. Oh, don't... Oh, that fly. The flies! The flies! Anyway. Yeah, I can't be doing with Nexus's, like, his way of talking on the subject like that. Because I just want the facts. Do you know what I mean? I just want the facts. And you're going to get his guardrails, and it sort of annoys me quite a bit, really, with all that sort of stuff. Oh, God. Jaw is here, everybody. Anyway, one's too many, and nothing should be spent on any of them, in my opinion. I don't care what anyone says. You can call me racist if you want.
The Führer couldn't have said it better himself.
That's exactly my thoughts on it, mate. Exactly my thoughts on it. So what's next in this racist? Are you? Oh, hang on. Right, racist. Are you pushing AIL clown racist E Scotland Prime Master Nicholas Sturgeon husband being jailed for so COVID-19 crime getting paid or someone else covering?
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
I have.
What?
I know exactly what is the word I was looking for. That is what the.
Talk like one of them, you're not.
He's certainly not talking like one of them. I don't know what he's talking like, but it's not one of them. Anyway, I'm only having a mess with you, mate. Don't let it get to you. Too many laughs, guys. Too many. I know. I know there's too many. I know. Yeah, anyway, we'll go back to this. This is horrendous. Sentences of boys, right? What sort of... What were they? Sort of... Were they like these Welsh choir boys? Like that type of boy? Is it? You know, I should imagine that it is, because if it would have been a white boy, a white English boy, I should imagine we'd know already. But who knows? It might not be, but they're not saying. So, but sentences of boys spared custody over grape referred to Court of Appeal. So they've had to refer this to the Court of Appeal because they were let go. We'll get into it. The family of a teenage grape victim whose attackers were spared custody has told the BBC they hope the correct outcome will prevail when the case is referred to the Court of Appeal. 2 girls, then aged 15 and 14, were raped in separate incidents in Fordingbridge, Hampshire, in November 2024 and January 2025 by 2 14-year-olds. Another boy, then 13, was also convicted for his involvement in the second attack. The sentences of the boys will be referred to the Court of Appeal. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, has said after he described the case as distressing and said there are questions about the sentence. What sentence? There weren't really a sentence, was there? The family of one of the victims told the BBC, "Our hope is that the initial sentence will be overturned and the correct punitive sentence handed out. We also hope that moving forward it serves as a message to judges, be sure the sentence fits the crime, no excuses." The teenagers were given youth rehabilitation orders and walked out of the court with 10 rape convictions between them. 10. And they walked out of court. What's going on in this country? Asked about the case during a visit to East Sussex on Monday, the Prime Minister said, "I think it's a really distressing case. I think it's distressing for everyone to hear about." He praised the courage of the victims, but said he found the case distressing as a politician and as a father. Following the announcement, the victim's family said in a statement, "This is not just for our child, but for every other victim that has had to face such horrendous crime, and our thoughts go out to them also at this time. Our message is not to let this deter other victims today of ever coming forward," which it will do. If these people aren't going to be prosecuted properly, why would you go forward and go through all the humiliation? Following the announcement, hopefully the correct outcome will prevail, and this sends a message to any perpetrator. It's not okay, and due justice will be served. Should have been served the first time. Who is this judge? What is happening in this country? Immense bravery. The Attorney General, Lord Hemmer, said, "There has understandably been a huge amount of public interest and concern at this horrific case. I directed my officials to work urgently to allow me to consider this decision swiftly and to begin to bring closure to the victims and their families. It's clear to me from their powerful personal statements that these girls have displayed immense bravery in coming forward. There is an epidemic of violence against women and girls in this country, and this government will not hesitate in taking action to ensure all women and girls feel safe and have confidence in the justice system." After the sentences were handed down, one of the victims told the BBC the judge's decision to spare the boys' jail sentences had been like a rock straight into her face. The girl, who spoke anonymously alongside her family, said the judge's decision almost made it seem as if what the boys did was not okay, but it was okay in the eyes of the law because they were still children. I want to know what they look like, where they come from. I don't care which way it goes. Me personally, I'd condemn it either way, but I want to know. French grape survivor Gisli Pelcott told the BBC she saluted the strength and courage of the girl for speaking out after the attack. After headlining this year's Hay Festival, an arts and literal festival in Wales, Pellicott told... There's a big other thing flying around here now. Pellicott told BBC Breakfast she was deeply shocked that these individuals were in fact able to gain their freedoms again, when in fact the victims are suffering so hard they will never be able to heal. Unbelievable. This goes on and on and on. How long have I got? Well, we'll carry on a bit. The boys, who cannot be named because they are children, had denied the charges but were found guilty in March. So they pleaded not guilty, and then they were found guilty and they still didn't go jail. I thought if you plead like, things are flying around, the weather's doing my head in. Fucking gassing myself. It's horrendous. If I suddenly drop dead, you know what it is. You know what I mean? The boys, who cannot be named, because they're children. Explaining his sentencing decision on Thursday, Judge Nicholas Rowland said, "I should avoid criminalising these children unnecessarily and understand the effects of their behaviour and support their reintegration into society." The judge stressed the seriousness of the crimes and said that filming of the assaults made them even more serious. They filmed the grapes. He then emphasised their very young ages and said, "None of you need to go to prison today. None of you need to go to prison today. You're fine." He then emphasised their young ages and said, two of the boys' mothers burst into tears as the sentence was read out. Prolonged ordeals. The first girl was 15 when she was raped. 3 times in an underpass by the River Avon in Fordingbridge. The girl was pressured into having X while being filmed and feared she might be thrown into the river if she did not comply with their wishes, prosecutors added. The second girl was 14 when she met the boys at Fordingbridge Recreation Ground and was raped repeatedly in a nearby field. A defendant pushed her down and used a knife to cut her clothes before forcing himself on her. The boys filmed the attacks on their phones and shared some of the footage online. And they never got jail. The footage showed the second victim lying motionless on the ground with her face buried in her hands, the prosecutor said. The girls were significantly outnumbered and suffered prolonged ordeals, the court heard. Judges never publicly comment on cases they oversee because to do so would potentially undermine the words they have used in court, but they always have to show in court the reasons why they have sentenced a defendant the way they did. Anyone can complain that a sentence is too short. That complaint goes to the Attorney General, a cabinet minister and the government's top legal advisor. The Attorney General asked the top prosecutors to advise whether it is in line with expectations, taking into account the discretion that judges have, or completely at odds with what had happened in comparable cases. If the Attorney General concludes the sentences were out of line, he will refer it to the Court of Appeal, where 3 senior judges will look at what happened in a public hearing and rule on whether the sentence was right or unduly lenient. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But that should absolutely be corrected. That is horrendous. That is absolutely horrendous. It's okay when you have a wooden door. I get that. Too shy. I get where you're coming from, a wooden door. I get it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Which opened the wrong way as well, by the way. Yeah. It wasn't sealed round the edges. I get it. Absolutely correct.
The Führer couldn't have said it better himself.
I know. So then what do we got? Oh yeah, I've got another one on it. I had another one to read about it, but I think that was in depth enough about the grape there. That was horrendous. So we'll move swiftly on. And we've got. I have mentioned this before in a stream. Could Iran cut off the world's internet access? Well, there's a question for you then. Could Iran cut off the world's internet access? I did speak to Nexus about this, and Nexus didn't think it was going to happen. But anyway, we'll get into this. Iranian Armed Forces Operational Command spokesman Ibrahim Zolghari has recently announced that Iran intends to charge fees for the use of undersea cables passing through the Strait of Hormuz. While this news didn't come as a surprise, it certainly highlighted tensions surrounding the digital infrastructure of the Persian Gulf. Since May 18th, the Persian Gulf Strait Authority has controlled the situation in the Strait of Hormuz. This new body was established by the Supreme National Security Council of Iran and is responsible for monitoring compliance with the maritime rules set by Tehran. It was created in response to the US initiated naval blockade that began in April. So another brilliant one by Trump. So this wouldn't have happened if the Americanos under Trump and in the Israelis hadn't have done what they've done and keep doing what they're doing. And apparently they've been attacked again. Iran's been attacked again by the Americanos. It's just going to go on and on and on. The entire Strait of Hormuz, including the underwater infrastructure, is now viewed by Tehran as part of its jurisdiction and an area of its strategic control. Even before the current escalation, however, discussions about undersea internet cables in the Strait of Hormuz had surfaced in Iranian media. The topic first emerged in July 2019 during a broadcast on the state-controlled IRIB television and radio network. At that time, an expert claimed that a disruption of cables in the Strait of Hormuz could potentially affect up to 70% of the world's internet traffic. Is this the Klaus Schwab with a cyber attack? It would be the COVID-19 would be a minor inconvenience when it comes to a cyber attack. Is it one of them? Do you know what I mean? Not a good impression, I know. You know what I mean? It just weren't retarded enough. Too many laughs, guys. While this figure seems exaggerated, since the global web has backup routes, and much of the transit between Europe and Asia relies on other pathways like the Red Sea, Egypt and the Mediterranean, the statement itself is quite significant. Back in 2019, the Arab nations dismissed these warnings as fanciful Persian tales, but they may have been wrong. The expert opinion expressed in 2019 was not an official statement by the Iranian government about an intention to cut the cables. It only pointed to the potential vulnerabilities of the cables in the Strait of Hormuz and the international ramifications in case of a regional escalation. Thus, already at the time, Iran viewed the undersea digital infrastructure in the Strait of Hormuz as a potential tool for strategic leverage. The question of whether Iran is indeed prepared to cut internet cables in the Strait of Hormuz should be viewed not as an isolated technical issue, but as part of Tehran's broader strategy to exert pressure around this vital waterway. For Iran, subsea digital infrastructure now serves as a new lever alongside oil, tanker traffic, ports and energy logistics. However, there is a fundamental difference between pointing out vulnerabilities and physically destroying the cables. In 2026, Iran returned to the topic of undersea internet cables, raising the issue to a new level. On April the 22nd, Tazim news agency, with its links to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, published a report mapping the cable and cloud infrastructure of the Persian Gulf. Essentially, this served as a warning that Tehran may view the Gulf Strait's digital infrastructure as part of the conflict zone. The report emphasised that the Gulf monarchies rely on maritime internet routes much more heavily than Iran itself does. In May 2026, this idea evolved into a more developed political and economic concept. Iran state media started pushing the narrative that Iran could charge foreign tech companies for utilising the undersea cables that run through the Strait of Hormuz. This was not merely a question of fees. It also entailed regulatory oversight, requiring operators and major technology firms to adhere to Iranian regulations, as well as efforts to monopolise cable maintenance and repair services. From a military perspective, Iran has the capability to threaten cable infrastructure. The Strait of Hormuz is quite shallow and maritime traffic is dense, and the cables are physically vulnerable to damage. Most damage to subsea cables occurs not from sabotage but from anchors, fishing gear and navigational errors. Thus, there is a real possibility that these cables may become damaged. When it comes to physical interference rather than a precise cyber attack, the vulnerabilities of such infrastructure are evident. There's that mapping out there. I'll show you that. There's the picture of the mapping out of the cables. Who knew they were doing it? You know, they've been busy, haven't they, whoever done them? Economically, Iran can assert its right to charge for the use of subsea cables within its maritime jurisdiction, according to the international maritime law. Coastal states have the authority to regulate the installation and maintenance of such infrastructures near their shores. This is why Tehran views the cables not just as part of the international communication network, but as an object under its control. The political ramifications of such actions or the deliberate severing of cables would be substantial for Iran. Such a move would likely be perceived by the US, the Gulf nations and major tech companies as a systematical response, but as an attack on critical international infrastructure. Moreover, Escolting such an operation discreetly would be exceedingly difficult for Iran, as the area is under constant military surveillance, and any blatant act of sabotage would give Tehran's adversaries ample reason for a severe retaliatory response. Like them not doing that anyway. Or they've not done that anyway. Now Tsier says, what's the problem? We've got satellites. Well, have we? Don't know, never been up there, never seen them. Just seen stuff on the television, so who knows what's true. Moreover, alright. Strait of Hormuz would be extremely risky manoeuvre for Iran and would effectively escalate the conflict to a new level. 7 primary communication systems run along the seabed of the Strait of Hormuz. However, they branch out into about 17 district cable lines. Some serve mainly regional purposes. The Falcon systems connects India with Oman, Iran, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and extends to Egypt, while the Ooredoo Gulf pathway manages a significant portion of digital traffic within the Persian Gulf. Other cable systems are strategically vital, including the CME 5, linking Southwest Asia with the Middle East and Europe, and TGN GOLT, connecting Gulf nations' infrastructure with Indian and global networks, including the US. God, this goes on and on and on. I'm had enough. Anyway, they got cables under the water, and yeah. So are they gonna do it? I doubt it. Will they do it if Americano starts going for their infrastructure and their power supplies and stuff? Probably. Why wouldn't they? Who knows? It's still going on over there, all that chaos. And apparently the Americanos are kicking it all off again for some strange reason. Only been known to them. Now, on a lighter note, do you like cars? Do you like cars? I like cars. Do you like Ferraris? I like Ferraris. But I don't necessarily know if I'm going to like this Ferrari. Have you seen this? Ferrari's Lucy leads bold leap into uncertain electric era. Wow, what's all this about then? So, Rome, May 25th. As its sports car rivals tap the brakes on the shift to EVs, Ferrari will take a leap into an uncertain era on Monday with the launch of its first fully electric car, betting it can connect with drivers even without a throaty engine roar. Why Ferrari? Why Ferrari? Nobody likes electric cars. Nobody. Why would Ferrari do this? Why? Well, let's read on and find out why, shall we? Former Apple designer Johnny Ive's studio Loveform was involved in developing the Luce. Is it Luce? Is that Luce or is that Lucy? Lucky. I don't know. Lucy. I don't know. Somebody spell it out for me. Rodders 999 is here, everybody. I know, Rodders. Ferrari made an electric car. What the would you do that for? Good to see you, Rodders 999. Please press the thumbs up button, people, and especially Rodders. And if you can, Rodders, if you haven't subscribed, it don't cost you nothing. I wish it was a follow button rather than a subscribe, because I'd rather you just follow than subscribe. But hey, I don't own YouTube, sadly. I wish I did. So what have we got? Yeah, look, I'm going to call it Luce. Luce. It's Luce. I don't know. It's probably Italian. Which sources describe as a larger car with a look distinct from Ferrari's usual models. Yeah. Spoiler alert. It looks shit. But we'll get into that in a minute. I'll show you it in a minute. It's horrific. Right? It's fucking rubbish. I'll show you Ferraris first, and then I'll show you the new electric piece of garbage. It's a risk and a bit of a bet, said Phil Doon, a managing director at consultancy Grant Thornton Stacks, but it's a good thing to do because they are leading the way. Monday's unveiling in Rome of the hotly awaited loose caps year of preparation from early hybrid Formula One systems more than a decade ago and road models since 2019. First deliveries to clients will start in October, the company said last year. Ferrari has invested heavily in electrification under CEO Benedetto Vigna, including a new E-building at its legendary headquarters in Maranello, Italy. Right, look, there's the share price. Look at the share. Share price is tumbled on it. Ferrari shares slide after EV loose unveiled on cool internal critical response. It's horrendous. I think it must have devalued every Ferrari in the world. To be honest, if you've got a brand like Ferrari, right? You've got a brand like Ferrari, and you do this, all your Ferraris have now been made to look nonsense. Realistically, even though they are fantastic, but you've just done that to Ferrari now. You know, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why do these people think that the world wants electric cars when nobody does? Nobody does. They're not even How is a Ferrari electric car good for the environment? Please, somebody answer me that. With all the resources that it's took to make that car, and I think they're over 400 grand. I think there's something like £420,000. The electric Ferrari. Why? Why? Stop it. If Lamborghini do it, I mean, if I ever become rich now, which is, you know, where I could afford a Ferrari, it's never too late. If that ever happens, I'm not buying one. I don't want one now. No. I'll get something else. Thanks. It's horrendous. Try joining Rumble. It's hard work. Says my email and tag is not real. Oh, I don't know. Ferrari itself delayed plans for a second electric model to at least 2028 due to weak demand. No shit. Reuters has reported, and its Italian rival Lamborghini abandoned plans to roll out an electric model in 2030, citing a lack of customer interest. Well done, Lamborghini. I'm more of a Lamborghini now. I'm more of a Lamborghini man now myself. Now, Felipe Munoz of Car Industry Analysis said Ferrari does not expect the Luce to be a big seller, but rather a statement as Chinese rivals lead the world in developing flashy new EVs. Why are you trying to compete? Look, Ferrari, you're Ferrari. Why would you try and lower yourself to the Chinese cars? Why? Why? China can't do Ferrari. Just like you can't do Chinese electric cars. Why would you try? Why? Why would you even try? Fucking idiots. BYD has developed the Yangwang U9, an electric supercar that can jump and dance. You might not need to have an EV supercar right now, but electrification is here for the long run, and Ferrari needs to make a move. It must define what luxury electrification looks like before someone else does, Munn said. You've got it wrong, mate. You've got it wrong, mate. Ferrari's challenge is preserving its identity with an entirely new technology, as lengthy high-performance brands struggle with the limitations of batteries, which are heavy and lack the sustained power and visceral appeal of petrol engines. When Ferrari lifted the hood on the technology behind the Luce in October, this included a specifically designed sound system to amplify vibrations from its powertrain. Brum, brum. Hello, Luce. Can you change the engine sound for me, please? I certainly can, Gaz. What would you like? Brum, brum. Brum, brum. Give me some brum. You fucking... Oh, my God. I'll just buy a Ferrari with an engine. It makes the sound. Fucking... Why, Ferrari? Why? Oh, I'd love to be able to. I'd love to be a hacker. If I was a hacker, I would hack right into every Ferrari, and when they made it go brum brum, it'd have an ice cream diddling ding diddling ding 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 diddling ding 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 like an ice cream van. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be so funny. When Ferrari lifted, powertrain to create the distinct electric Ferrari sound instead of the fake engine noise. Fuck off. Oh, the three things everybody always associates with Ferrari are how it works, how it sounds, and how it feels, said Grant Thornton, Stax's Dune, adding that going electric means they have to get those right in a different way. Ferrari has scaled back its electrification targets. Fully electric cars should make up to 20% of its lineup by 2030, down from the previous goal of 40% optimistic. The automaker will also continue. How do these people get these jobs? How do they get these jobs? I mean, these people get paid a fortune to ruin fantastic companies. I could do that. Pay me. Andrea is here, everybody. Good to see you, Andrea. Lovely to see you. I hope you've not been working too hard in this boiling heat. The automaker will also continue making hybrid and traditional internal combustion engine models, expanding client reach. The Luce could help Ferrari reach the next generation of wealthy buyers who are more open to EVs, while high petrol prices due to the Iranian war also add to the appeal of electric. The car is £420,000. Do you really think they give a shit how much petrol is? Are you seriously trying to tell me somebody that can buy a car for £420,000 cares how much a litre of petrol costs? Really? Is that what you're trying to convey to me? Because you're not. You're so not conveying that to me. And while not all Ferrari fans will be won over, none will, the car maker hopes a younger generation will want to own one. They can't even afford their rent. How are they going to afford fuck? While its traditional ultra-wealthy buyers will still want a Ferrari EV in their garage or on their drive. No, they won't. No. It's. I'm going to show you it in a minute. It certainly won't appeal to all Ferrari customers base, Dune said, but it will appeal for some. It's amazing, right? This, I'm going to show you now. I am now going to show you what a Ferrari is. What a real Ferrari is. And this is what a Ferrari is.
I can't count fast enough. Welcome to the world's first drive of the Ferrari F80.
There you have it. That is the Ferrari F80. Now, what a car! I mean, oh my God, that is just Ferrari. You know what I mean? Now, have we got another one that we can show you? Actually, yes, we probably have. We've got another Ferrari we can show you. This is the new electric fucking hell Ferrari. Have a look at this thing. Vroom, 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 wee. Unbelievable. Absolute rubbish. Innit? Absolute rubbish. Oh, I've gone over time. I'm just going to leave you with. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. If you're new and you followed, thank you very much, or subscribed, or whatever it is. It should be followed. But if you've subscribed, thank you very much. If when this is over or during, you can put a thumbs up, that'd be really great. And if you'd like to make a comment, please do. I answer all my comments. So yeah, I'll leave you with. Did I close it? I think I closed it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why are you so retarded? Why? Oh, it's too late. I've done it. I got rid of it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. But the other Ferrari, the real one, was brilliant, wasn't it? Because there was another one after that, and it was awesome. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay cool. Don't get overboiled like I am. Stay cool. I'll see you tomorrow.